I'm Kasim Reed. I'm the 59th mayor of the city of Atlanta, and I'm committed to the Compact of Mayors. Well, what concerns me the most about climate change is that we're making decisions right now that I think could reach a point that are irreversible and from which we can't recover. And I think that we have a duty to leave the planet better off than we have it. We all have people that we love. I have a wife, I have a daughter, we all have families. And everybody that has a family is somebody that they care about, has to care about climate and climate change. There's definitely something going on. So the 97% of the leading scientists in the world agree on this issue, that humans are having an adverse impact on the functioning of the planet. The planet's a little more than 4 billion years old, and I think humans have been around for maybe 20,000 years or so. So, you know, if you look at the argument around science, it's a pretty tough not to see the consequences that our behavior is having on the planet. I mean, there are certainly things that I'm pleased about. One, I'm pleased that we've acknowledged the problem and that we're starting. Another thing I'm pleased about is that President Obama challenged America's cities through the Better Buildings Challenge. And what he said is that America's cities needed to reduce energy use by 20% by the year 2020. In the city of Atlanta, we have now persuaded 100 million square feet of private sector business owners to modify their business's footprint and to reduce their energy use by 2020. And so we have more commitments in the city of Atlanta than any other city in the United States of America at 100 million square feet. And I'm also particularly proud about the fact that we have reduced our water usage by 20%, although the city owns the water system, so that costs us revenue. But we're doing the right thing and reducing energy use even though it impacts our financial bottom line, because we know that it's fundamentally the right thing to do. The Compact of Mayors is important because the subnational government level is where things get done. I say all of the time that cities are where hope meets the street. Increasingly in the United States and around the world, national governments are large, ineffective, bureaucratic, and slow to act. And so what you have in cities are groups of individuals who understand the issue and are prepared to act decisively to change. And so I think the Mayor's Compact is so important. The world is moving to cities. More than 50% of the Earth's population lives in cities. That number is going to grow to 70% by the year 2030 and higher by the year 2050. So if cities are leading in terms of changing our behavior and improving, then we literally are enhancing the world. I mean, the number one climate-related issue relates to the use of automobiles in our city. 31% of our carbon emissions come from the use of cars. And so what we're in the middle of right now is a cultural change in the city of Atlanta to make driving less and less attractive. Not trying to condemn it, but just making it a lifestyle choice. And so we have a huge array of dense developments that encourage people to live in a manner where they don't need an automobile. Within the last 24 months, we had the largest expansion of our public transportation system in the history of the system, so in more than 30 years. And so we're doing all of these things at the exact same time. The Atlanta Beltline is one of the most important public projects that we've had. We reclaimed 22 miles of abandoned rail corridors. Now you see neighborhoods and businesses where an old rail corridor used to be. When we're done, 45 neighborhoods will be connected. And so you will be able to go through the city of Atlanta without have to get in an automobile. So we've put in about $400 million in investment, and it's attracted about $2.4 billion in investment. If you look at the Atlanta streetcar, we invested about $100 million in a 2.7-mile rail line, and it's attracted $1.5 billion in private investment within a 5-minute walk of the line. And what that means is less and less individuals will have the need to use an automobile.